Hello, beautiful soul. I'm Vicki Howie of ChakraBoosters.com, the creator of Chakra Boosters Healing Tattoos. And today I'm coming to you from lovely Slima, Malta. And we are beginning a brand new series on the chakras. In this series, we are going to look at the #1 myth, cultural myth, that I believe keeps us blocked in each chakra. Now there are many, but I am going to look at the one that I believe is the most damaging, and we are going to dismantle it as best we can, because we don't need to live in the untruths of our ancestors. We don't have to. We can bring in a new age of more understanding, unblock our energy fields, and open our hearts and have more connection, right? That's why I'm here, and that's what we're going to do in this series. So of course, we're going to start with the root chakra. And the root chakra is the chakra, of course, that is the lowest, densest chakra. It's related to the physical world. Oh, it's warm and sunny here in Malta, which is beautiful from the contrast of the Netherlands, because it's now November, so it's nice to have the sun. But it is creating squinty eyes on my part, and I'm sweating a little bit. Okay, so the root chakra, as we know, is the red chakra, the low chakra, the dense chakra. It's the first masculine chakra. And people say, well, why is that if it's related to Mother Earth? It just is. Mother Earth has a lot of strength, a lot of stability, and the roots of a tree are the stability of that tree. The roots of a building, the foundation of a building is the stability of that building. So this is the stability chakra. A lot of people say this is the survival chakra. I'm ready to throw out that definition. I don't think it serves us as much in this day and age when we are moving out of survival and into thrival. So I don't like to call it the survival chakra, but I will call it the foundational chakra, the strong chakra, the stable one, the dense one. This is the one that's at your tailbone and then governs your legs, your feet, and your connection to Mother Earth, your presence in this body, in this lifetime. It's what we want, right? But some of us, if we're more on the spiritual end, we're not really fully embodying. So this is the chakra to embrace if you want to be fully embodied. And of course, this is the chakra about financial stability, that kind of stability, and about money. Now, the cornucopia of money, the big wealth, comes in the highest masculine, the 5th chakra, when you found your purpose, you're living your purpose, and you're serving from that place. But good, solid financial stability and basic financial freedom exists in the root chakra. So this is a very important chakra. And you're not going to be surprised by the myth that I'm going to address here, which is, of course, money is the root of all evil. Now, I don't know if that translates into other languages. You guys can comment from other countries and let me know. But here in the US, that is such a known phrase, that money is the root of all evil, that it's just a given, and it's so deeply embedded into our unconscious. And the only reason I think this really happens is because when you look at it energetically, spiritual energy is the farthest away from the money chakra as you can get when it comes to full liberation, full what we call samadhi, which happens at the crown. Now, we need in this day and age of embodiment to open all of our chakras, but because from the past there was always this desire to rise up to the crown, to beat gravity and get that kundalini energy to move up, we've made the crown super important, and we've made the root evil. The darkness of the underworld, of root. Hell is down below and heaven is above in the Christian world, right? And I'm sure there's many analogies in the other religions as well, but I don't want to get off on religion here. I just want to say that because in general, we were a very gravity-bound world before. We thought we needed to get up for liberation. We made the thing that might cause us to stay down below, money, be evil. But money is energy. Think of the word currency, current, to flow. Money is simply energy and it needs to flow. So we're in a day and age now where it's time for us to stop making the upper chakra realm, the spiritual realm, good and the lower chakra realm bad. It is all God energy. We are actually a rainbow. The colors that go with each chakra are the frequency, the spectrum of the rainbow and the frequencies of that. So they're all consciousness. Every chakra in your body is consciousness. The root chakra just tends to be slower moving consciousness. There's more of a density, and if we're not careful, there can be more unawareness down there. But what I've seen nowadays, lots of people are trying to bypass their body, and I'm seeing an awareness of this type, like namaste, without an awareness of their shadow, without an awareness of their own basic emotions, especially the negative ones, without true awareness of the body. So people that consider themselves upper chakra and aware may not be bodily aware, and that's important, very important in this age of embodiment. And those who are super embodied can more easily than ever before move into get all their chakras to move into alignment simply by honoring all parts of themselves, and can become enlightened or fully open in the upper chakras and the crown while in the body, which is the most beautiful thing to experience and the most beautiful thing to see, like to experience within you and to experience and see in another. Okay, so are we ready? Are you ready to let go of the myth that money is the root of all evil? I can barely say it now, I'm so over it. Money is the root of all evil. Are you ready to let go of this? Well, I want you to hold it in your hands, okay? Let's just hold it in our hands and go, thank you. In whatever spiritual way that you served me, I thank you. Because there was a time when there was a lot of gravity and more of a need for us to only go up in our energies. And so by believing this, we were able to have more spiritual freedom in this lifetime. But now we can have full embodied spirituality. So let us say thank you, myth. You must have served a purpose because you were so collectively embraced, but I no longer need you. Okay, so I no longer need you, and we're just going to take it and we're just going to return it. Just return it to the universe, let it be recycled into something anew. And these are the ways that we're going to look at and dismantle this myth. First of all, I want you to know that if money were the root of all evil, then it wouldn't be going so much toward charity. Do you know that in the US alone, and I only have a statistic for the US, in 2016, and we're almost into 2019 now, but I can only find figures for the finished year of 2016, Americans gave 390, not million, 390 billion dollars to charities to help people. Is that evil money? 390 billion dollars to charity. And the most exciting trend that's happening in the philanthropic arena right now is that individual offerings, individual donations are going up. So we as individuals are seeing that we can bypass our government, we can bypass anything and just give to another through the currency, the flow, current of money. So this is what I see as the growth of the possibility of a new socially conscious wealth, where we make money to keep the current of money flowing and to share it with those who need it the most, so that we can begin to redistribute this money in a way that's more balanced. You see, it's like an analogy to our chakras. Our chakras, if we're living only in one chakra and all the others are starving, that's not good. But when we open all of our chakras, ba-ding, 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 that's my sound effect for opening all of our chakras. Maybe a deeper sound down in the root, ba-ding, and a really yummy sound in the sacral, ba-ding, and a powerful sound in the solar plexus, ba-ding. So all of our chakras opening is the distribution of balance we need in our body, and we need a redistribution of wealth on this planet right now. And individually, our best way to do that is to open our channels of wealth. Those of us that really have a heartfelt consciousness, and there are more and more of us every day on this planet, individually increasing our wealth and moving the currency in the direction where it needs to go to balance out the energy and wealth distribution of humankind. It's exciting. So how does that feel to you when you think about being one of the new socially conscious redistributing members of planetary wealth? We can't wait for the governments to do it, and that's why even business donations didn't rise the way the individuals did in 2016. So, and we can keep that rising, right? So, I invite you to embrace the fact that money does a lot of good and can do a lot of good. Money can do a lot of good. And if you open your channels of money, you can do more and more direct good. You can put it right where you want, which leads me to the next point, which is you can tithe non-religiously. Now, tithing is when we give 10% of our income to the world. And it's amazing what this practice can do. Everyone that I've talked to who fully embraces it, and I'm going to admit I'm still in the process right now. I can literally feel in 2019 it coming into me, because right now I'm infusing my own business with the money that's needed to grow. And my business itself is like it's like a charity in the sense of that it brings healing energy into the world. So I need to make sure my business has the strength to grow to the next level each year, and then from there I can just keep adding, because when I get to a certain point, it's going to be so easy to distribute more and more and more wealth without me feeling like I'm taking away from the growth. So right now, ironically, my charity, and I'll talk to you about that soon because I have some exciting things that I'm planning to do next year. My charity is literally my own business, okay? And is to tithe to myself. And it's interesting, that was demonstrated for me because recently I had a fan, I guess is what you would call it, a client fan who loves the YouTube stuff I'm doing and all the chakra knowledge I'm bringing in the world, and she wrote to me and said I'd like to make a donation. And I didn't have a donation button on my site because I didn't realize that people would just want to donate to what I'm doing, which she gave me the permission to start really thinking more along those lines of getting donations and actually growing Chakra Boosters faster by not just having a business model, but a charity model as well. Anyway, this woman asked me how she could donate to me, and I said I don't have a button, but I could send her a bill for whatever amount that she wanted to donate to me. And I figured it would, I don't know, something in my mind was thinking it might be $50, which I think is a generous donation from anyone. And she proceeded to ask me to send her a donation bill for $500. And my heart just opened so wide because of what I can do with that money. These videos cost money, right? Traveling and going to different places to work with people costs money. And it just, her willingness just opened my heart wide. So I wanted to get to know her better. So I did get to know her a little better, and I realized that financially she's not super duper abundant. She's not a Rockefeller. She's not just trying to get rid of extra money. She's consciously choosing to tithe and giving money where she believes it belongs. So where do you believe that money belongs? Start to tithe in whatever way you can. And yes, if you're doing a true humanitarian type business, whether it's non-profit or for-profit, again, because you're just putting the profits back into the business, you might be your own charity. If you're doing, and many of you are, I know you're doing light work, okay? And so look to see from your own heart, where do you want to tithe? Where does that money need to go in to keep the currency flowing, to keep us all getting more conscious, to keep the energies on the planet rising and us connecting to each other more? So ask yourself, where do I want to tithe? And realize that the more that it's a little challenging, which I just keep every year putting all of my money back into my business. And those of you that think I travel a lot, I really should have a budget travel channel, because between all my friends throughout the planet and me staying with them and just how good I am at cheap travel, you should know that there have been times when I've traveled away from Sedona and actually made money, not lost money, by renting my place in Sedona and traveling for cheaper than the rent. So please don't think that there's something going on, that I'm spending money, lots of money every time I travel, because I'm really not. Sometimes I'm even making money. Which brings me to the next point, which is, where can you save money? Where can you downsize? We are a consumeristic culture. I believe that we can really open the root chakra and open our relationship with money when we realize all the things we buy that we don't need. Now, ironically, I am such a bad buyer that I sort of almost need to balance out by buying more. But I live in a shared household, and I have seen packages coming in and coming in and coming in. I mean, literally to an average of almost a package a day within my household. So do we need all this stuff? Do you need all this stuff? Where can you downsize? Where can you save money? Because when you save money, it moves the flow of that money. It gives you money that you can then take and tithe or do whatever you want with it, right? You can give it to someone else from the generosity of your heart. So downsize, minimize, and then you're going to appreciate. Almost every study has shown that when we have less options, we appreciate that which we choose more. No, that sounds contradictory, but it's not. When we have too many options, then we just don't appreciate it, because we think, oh, I could just choose that instead. Oh, I could just choose that. Commitment and narrowing our options, which is being more in the root chakra, can really help us to be loyal to what we do choose. So save, minimize, and that is also a form of being able to use your money in the ways you really want to use it, rather than in using it the ways that our culture would advertise and literally hypnotize you into buying. So just notice your buying habits. How much are you buying per week? Do you really need it? And downsize. That's it. Okay, another great practice that I love for countering this myth that money is the root of all evil is to thank and bless and love the people that you are paying your bills to. Now, I've been doing this for a few years, and it makes me feel so, so good. It feels almost as good as receiving. You know, that big donation was awesome to receive. Let me tell you, it cracked my heart open. It really did, because it was a tangible form of support. And everybody's different, right? Some people who have a whole lot of money, if someone buys them something, they don't feel the value behind it. For me, since I've been independent and doing my own thing, when someone donates to me, it feels very tangible, very root chakra, and it really feels blessed and heart-opening, okay? So how can you bless the ones you owe debts to? So we have this idea that if we owe a debt to someone, that we should be like, oh, I gotta pay my bills. That's my bill face. Oh, I gotta pay my bills. But I actually truly, like now I do an auto payment for my mortgage, and I miss that, because when I'm traveling, as I am right now, it just gets paid easily. But I miss that opportunity to take a physical check and write thank you, and then I write it again on the envelope with an exclamation mark, or I put blessings. So the person, the clerk, whoever it is who's opening that, they too are getting the love energy of money. They understand that money has this positive frequency too. And it just opens my heart to realize that the people that lent me the money for my house gave me the ability to have my home in Sedona, the ability to live with my roommates, and the ability to be so much more sound in my finances through my house, that I gladly send them blessings every time that I write out the bill, every time I do it. So can you do this with every single bill? Can you bless the people who give you electricity? Imagine if you didn't have it. Can you just give them hearts and loves and make that clerk that has to do that job of just putting the bill payments in, make their day so much better? Can you start putting smileys and hearts and love and all kinds of good energy into the currency of our world by paying your bills with love and gratitude? So, can you pay bills with the same kind of energy that you receive debts, that you receive payment, whether it's a gift, a donation, or a debt being paid back? That is the real challenge. I want you to challenge yourself with that one this whole month, okay? And let's change and let go of this myth. And of course, you can tap on this myth. You would tap, and you can look at my throat chakra video. I don't do a lot of tapping on camera. There's a lot of teachers that do it. That's all they do. You can go see how to do it anywhere on YouTube. But I really believe in it, and it has hundreds, literally like 200 studies that show how tapping shifts your energy around anything you're brave enough to tap on. So on this one, you would tap around, even though I'm getting wealthier and wealthier, that's your progressive feeling, right? Even though I'm getting wealthier all the time, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So if there's this belief that getting wealthier means you're unacceptable, you're not going to be liked, you're evil, then you can tap right through that. So do some tapping around this. And another thing that I like to do is play with coins. Now in Europe, where I am right now, the coins have more value than the US. We don't really use $1 and $2 coins, but €1 and €2 coins are very common here, and I like that because I think coins just innately speak to like the pirate in all of us with the big, the gold coin chest. And what you can do with coins, even in the US where most of them are under $1, $1 US, you can, wherever you are in the world, collect coins. Look for them on the ground. See the abundance that is everywhere. Share coins with anyone that you pass on the street. But collect coins in your home and put them on an altar space. So find beautiful bottles and beautiful jars and beautiful little plate type thingies and collect money in them all over the house. Find different places. And because 7 is our magic number here at Chakra Boosters, I'm going to invite you to make 7 of those. 7 places in your home where you collect coins, whether it's your own change. You could even ask, so that we learn how to also ask, because currency should flow. You could even ask a friend every time they come into the home or something to add and make a wish and put it into your coin collection. And just, they'll understand. It's only a penny, a dime, a nickel. You're not collecting money from them. You're collecting energy and reverence for money. You're making money an altar, and you'll affect them profoundly probably, because they'll think that, oh, I can change my relationship with money too. So, if you're watching this video, I know that you're a spiritual person, a spiritual being, probably highly sensitive, interested in this age of awakening and all the energies that are opening on the planet right now. So can you embrace the darkest, deepest chakra, the root, and embrace money as a currency that can flow in your life, coming and going, blessing others and blessing you? Can you now christen it that way? I hope you can. Because in order for all of us to make wealth more conscious on this planet, to create more conscious wealth all over this planet and get the distribution more, I don't want to use the word fair because I don't want to be political, but just more balanced. Get the distribution more balanced and get everyone's basic needs met, which is also a root chakra quality. In order for us to heal this root chakra aspect of money and our basic needs, we need to let go of the idea that money is evil. If $390 billion was given to charities, to good causes, in the US alone in 2016, just imagine what we could do if we completely shift this myth around money, because that money was given with that myth in place. I honestly believe that we are now in a world of person to person. I'm not coming to you through a network channel. I'm coming to you through YouTube on my own channel with my own content. I don't have a director. I don't have anyone writing a script. I'm coming to you from the love of my heart to your heart. This is also how we can begin to deal with each other in all forms of healing. And when we have money, we can give more. That's why the individuals are now the ones that are giving more and more. The independent individual growth in charities is bigger than the company growth, because we as individuals are now feeling empowered to share and help each other. We're literally, you have stories of people flying to other countries to help people in disasters. We are now connecting directly. So let's change this myth that money is the root of all evil and see money as the currency, the current that's moving, the flow of love between us conscious individuals as we become more conscious about money. We don't believe old myths about it. And we don't believe that it is an end in itself, that we need to get it because we're frightened if we don't have it, we won't be okay. But rather, we simply get it out of doing what we love and sharing our gifts with others and serving our purpose, however we do that in the world. Like maybe we're on a path to doing more of what we love. You might just have a job right now that isn't your absolute purpose, but your purpose is to go there and to serve in the way that you do right now. And as long as you're doing that with love, and you're grateful for the money that's coming in, and you bless those for the money going out, that currency of love is what money is about. And as we increase that definition of currency and increase our abundance and bring it into our conscious hearts and our conscious hands to spread it in a way that will benefit all, we are going to change the face of this planet. It's beautiful to think about, isn't it? So out with that old myth that money is the root of all evil. Money is the currency of love. Money is the currency of love, going out and coming in. And as it moves, it all begins to feel the same, going out and coming in. I love you so much, and I thank you for joining me for this video. I hope to see you next week when we will look at the myth that is blocking your juicy sacral chakra, your divine feminine. Until then, have a blessed week. Collect those coins and watch the currency in your life flow in and out of your heart. Blessings.